fans, ASMR Sports back with your nightly vid. Hey, I earlier today I decided to look through my Orioles rookies and prospects collection. As you may know, if you've been a long time viewer of this channel, I have all of my rookies and prospects from kind of like before the last couple of years, so like basically before like 2020. Actually, probably including 2020, but no later than 2020. Organized by team, and I have 3 monster boxes, like the one that you saw next to me here that I just showed. And from time to time, I'll go through those if someone's getting hot, and I want to see if I've got any cards from them. Although I have to say this collection is getting a little bit stale. A lot of the cards are from 2017, 2018. And are just absolute trash because, the players have, I don't know, completely crapped out of the major leagues. Or just turned into, nobodies or whatever, retired from baseball. So I don't know, eventually these boxes will kind of be worthless, but I don't open a ton of new product like I kind of did back in 2018, 2019, 2020. So, I don't really, have too much to fill them up with, but I do have actually a growing quantity of rookies and prospects that need to be sorted out by team and then put in these boxes. In any event, Gunnar Henderson, I sort of realized today, it was a 2019 draft, first Bowman, and I thought to myself, well, I opened a fair bit of 2019 stuff, so maybe I've got some of him. So I went looking through my Orioles stuff, and sure enough, I've got a nice little sapphire base first Bowman of him. He's leading the majors in home runs right now. He's actually tied, I think, with Aaron Judge at the moment. Actually, Aaron Judge might be up 1 because he hit 1 today, and I thought he was tied like yesterday. So anyways, Gunnar Henderson's a good name. But this card actually was the only one I found of him, which is a little surprising because I opened maybe a few boxes of 2019 Bowman draft, and I don't know if that stuff just sort of didn't make its way into these boxes, or I don't know what, but this is all I have for Gunnar Henderson. It is a nice card to have. Graded, it's probably worth a few $100 in PSA 10. I haven't really looked at this for condition, but the back does seem fairly well centered, and these are kind of hard to judge centering on because there's no border on the right. Anyways, it's a nice little find. I think raw these still go for $45-50. So pretty sweet little pull out of the box there. That's kind of why I keep these boxes. I actually have a fair bit of Grayson Rodriguez stuff. And the boxes that I'm looking through here are really just kind of the stuff that at the time I put them in the box didn't really have much value. Everything that was, $5 or more, roughly. Man, what the hell is on this? I put in some different boxes that are organized by team and include both stars and rookies. So I have a few Grayson, prospect autos and stuff in that box, but this is the lower end stuff, and here we have a purple first Bowman that's a little bit off center and apparently has some gunk on it. And then here we have a 2018 Bowman's Best Blue, numbered to 150. So Grayson's been a top pitching prospect for quite some time. He, I think, made his MLB debut last year, maybe the year before, but fairly recently. And I thought I would pull him out because I actually checked how he's doing this year, and he's 5-1, a 2 point, under 3 ERA. And the Orioles are, having one of their best seasons ever. They're, luckily for Yankees fans like me, they're still a couple games as of today behind the Yankees, but boy, they are playing really well, and they have just a ton of young talent. So I thought I'd pull those out. I have no idea what these are worth. I haven't looked them up, but my guess is maybe, $5 or something like that. Now these next three are Cedric Mullins cards, and I really wish I would have realized I had these like last year or the year before when this guy was raking. He's put up some pretty insane numbers in the last few years. This year he's kind of having an off year. I looked him up, and I think he's batting like 190 or something like that. So hopefully, for the sake of these cards, he'll return to form. But he's been a real kind of surprise for me and a lot of others, who kind of dreaded getting this guy's rookies in products back in 2019. But in any event, this is a Prism Topps Chrome refractor. And then count 'em, two autographs of this guy. This is a first Bowman base auto, which is pretty dang nice. And this is a rookie card, so after he came up, so this is 2019, this is 2018. So these are two pretty awesome cards to have of a player. I have not looked these up. I'm guessing because he's having an off year, and because he's sort of a name that doesn't get a lot of attention because he's playing for the Orioles, and they're not a big market team, and I don't know, just people have sort of, I think, dismissed him because he wasn't like a highly touted prospect. So in terms of hobby value, he's got a lot working against him, but god dang, if he returns to form and the Orioles continue on, these are pretty dang nice cards. I mean, I'm sure they'll not be worth more than like $50 a piece, but they certainly could do that if he starts hitting 30 home runs a year on the reg. But in any event, these are I might have just completely missed the boat on those, and they could be worth like $2 right now. But I haven't looked them up. I did think that maybe we'd be looking stuff up, so I will, when the mood strikes, take a peek here. So I'm gonna do that 2018 first Bowman auto. So yeah, the refractor, here sold on May 13th for $15 before shipping. So not a ton of value. Here's one basically the same price, but it's not a refractor. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Actually, that's not too bad. $15, $20 card then, I guess, is what you could say for this bad boy. That's shipped, so a little bit less than that in reality. But anyway, so some pretty good. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and look up Grayson there. I want to look up that purple first Bowman. I think that's probably worth more than the Bowman's best. So 2018 Bowman purple Grayson. I really don't know if this guy's gonna have any kind of value. So here's a bunch of the autos. Okay, there's the card I have right there. And it's $6, so not terrible. 6 plus shipping, so call it a $9-10 card. That's a paper one, so that should be a little bit less valuable. And there's actually one of those Bowman's best, but that's a purple and not a blue like the one I have. So actually, that was a little better than I expected. This is maybe a $9 or $10 card. Pretty sweet. Hey, here's something I want to ask you guys. If anybody sells cards on COMC, I've really been wondering lately if I'm missing the boat by not selling on COMC. I have sold a few things on COMC, but that was a long time ago, and it was pretty much mostly like vintage stuff, which did, if I recall, sell fairly well, and I've got a fair bit of vintage stuff, kind of low-end stuff that's not graded that maybe could do well. I don't know. But I've been looking into COMC, and these are Angels cards I'm going to do maybe as I flip through as I talk here. But I've been, kind of, watching YouTube videos on like COMC submissions that people have put together. And, I mean, they generally provide a few sort of rough guidelines, like submit cards that are worth between $5 and $100, but that's very vague, and not very helpful in telling me what I might submit. So, other than that, the only thing I've gleaned is that maybe, don't submit, I don't know, like really base level cards, even if they're rookies. I mean, I guess you could do like a base Otani rookie card, because that's still worth like $20, $30. But, maybe like a Junior Caminero paper base first Bowman out of 2023 Bowman is not the card to send in. But other than those two like guidelines, I don't know, I can't get a sense of what I want to send in, because let's assume you do the quicker turnaround time. You're going to pay $1 a card just for them to list it, basically scan it, list it, and allow you to put it in your inventory. So like, I don't know, does this Taylor Ward merit sending in because it's a, number to 2019, because a gold base rookie? I don't know how he's doing. If he's complete trash right now, then probably not, but if he's, playing in the bigs, then maybe it is something that could sell for like $2, right? And then you've paid $1 plus 5% of the transaction they take, so you've got 95 cents left after that. And right now it's worth nothing, to me, because it's sitting in a box. Is that the idea? But then my question is, like, how long am I going to wait around for someone who's interested in Taylor Ward to find that thing and then buy it? Is it going to be like 2 years, or is it going to be like 2 months? So I don't know. So if I assume it costs $1, like I want to get stuff listed, this century. So I pay the $1. Like, what realistically do I want to send in if I don't want to lose my, behind on those submission fees? Because I assume, good percentage of the cards you send in and pay $1 to list are just not going to sell. Maybe not for a long time, maybe not ever. So you've got to find cards. Like if I sent this in, this is a pretty, it's not a base card. I don't know how the hell Will Wilson's doing. This is a 2019 Bowman's Best. But it's a refractor auto. It's if he's still in the bigs, or if he's at least in the minor league system for the Angels. I gotta think this is worth at least $5. But is anybody going to be looking for this thing? Is this a no-brainer to send in to COMC, assuming that it just languishes? If I don't send it in, it just languishes in my box until this guy, flunks out of the majors and possibly the minors altogether, and then it's worth like $0. Do I just send it in now? I don't know. I just don't know, what to send in. So that's a numbered card. Is it like basically any numbered card of like a prospect or any, reasonable star? Is that, worth sending in? Because I could get at least $1 profit out of it after the listing, and it will most likely sell. I just don't know. What I do know is that if I'd sent a lot of these cards in 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago, I'm sure it would have been better. Like this card, do I send this card in? I don't know. But if people tell me, you know what, if you put that, for the lowest price and maybe you sell it for $2 and you paid $1, it's, worth doing, because no one's going to buy it on eBay. And it's a lot of work, to sell 100 of these cards on eBay. So I don't know. I do think there's like a sweet spot, right, for cards to be sent into COMC that will have a reasonably decent chance at selling. Maybe not for much, but for something, and maybe you make $1 or $2 or $3 on it. But you didn't have to do much work. You just had to pay the, insertion or the, a kind of listing fee. I don't know what that sweet spot is, so I'm really struggling to figure out what the hell I would send in. And I have, tens of thousands of cards like this. A lot of, like, these are parallels, right? They're Mojo parallels from Mega Boxes back in 2017. I don't know what David Fletcher's doing these days, but COMC. I would love to have your feedback, because I got a ton of cards that I feel like maybe are worth sending in, but maybe not, and I don't want to send in 1,000 cards, pay $1,000 in fees, and then, like, you know, sell like $200 worth of those, therefore netting negative $800. That would be bad. So I definitely don't want to do that, and I'm sure I could just experiment and send in whatever and see what happens, but I would prefer to be a little more informed in the fact that I haven't figured this out, and that I feel like it's not terribly, I don't think there's anybody who's figured this out and then made it like a YouTube video about it. I think there's a lot of YouTube videos where people give you very sort of vague advice, but I don't know if they're just sort of not wanting to share much, or what the deal is, or they're just bad at sort of understanding, you know, how to convey the knowledge they have into content. But I don't know, I'm just not seeing it out there, and consequently the fact that I feel like I just don't have enough information makes me want to just, you know, not do anything, so I don't, and that's why I really never sold anything like modern on COMC. Actually, I think I did send in like a few modern cards maybe 3-4 years ago, and I actually think most of them just sat there. Like, I think I sent in some what's his name, the guy for the frickin' Yankees who came over from Clint Frazier cards, you know, back when he was still in play as sort of a prospect, and those just sat around. But they were cards for which, you know, there was probably a ton of competition, because they were just base cards. So maybe that was the mistake. I've not sent in any like autos or, you know, numbered parallel. I don't think I have, anyways. So yeah, I mean, I've just got a ton of parallels here. Jordan Adams, once upon a time, was a, you know, solid prospect. Just a ton of parallels of prospects. These are all now like kind of former prospects that I'm sure I could have sent in and probably sold for $5, you know, a million years ago. Now, who the hell knows what Jemai Jones is doing? But someone wants to tell me, yeah, you should absolutely send in anybody who's like, you know, a parallel, that's a parallel of a guy who's still sort of either in the minors or, you know, at least on the major league roster, maybe not necessarily doing well. Joe Adell, once upon a time, was a big name. You know, so I got a ton of Joe Adell, like, parallels, prospect cards, like this one. And I guess I probably should have sent those in a million years ago, but I didn't, so what do I do now? What do I send in? All the prospect parallels of active guys, or, I don't know. You guys would love to hear from you. If you're a COMC expert, I think maybe there's one or two. There's Jemai again. Joe Adell, first Bowman paper, would have been a nice card 4 or 5 years ago. But just sat on it, you know. And I don't know, I mean, maybe a lot of these cards just never were and never will be worth sending in. Now we're doing Astros. There's going to be, I think, a lot of Kyle Tucker's in here, who's one of the guys tied for the home run lead in the AL with Aaron Judge and Gunnar Henderson. His cards just cannot seem to get anywhere, though. He's been a very solid baseball player for, you know, basically since 2019, but, you know, base rookies of him are pretty much worthless. I don't know what they would be, so that's pretty sweet, actually. That's a atomic parallel, which is a pretty popular and relatively valuable parallel for being unnumbered, but people really like these out of Bowman's Best. So I might take that out and look it up, see what's up. Be curious to see if we can sort of sense any upward motion in his cards. There's a Topps Inception base rookie card, not a terrible card. A lot of just kind of parallel stuff. There's a Kyle Tucker refractor, Bowman's Best. These are from 2018, so his 2019 stuff would have the rookie logo. I do have some higher end, like auto rookie cards of Kyle Tucker. we get rid of while he's kind of at the top of his game. There's a, Bowman that was like a Topps on-demand product. Made it look like 55 Bowman. And there's his base. Topps rookie. I kind of want to go on COMC and sort of look that up and see like what that sells for. I bet it's probably like 20 cents. So yeah, a ton of Kyle Tuckers are going to be in here. I feel like any of the sort of hot, if I have any like colored parallels, those are probably pulled out. And in that box I mentioned, where things that are worth like, $5 or more are going to end up generally. There's a bunch of finest base rookies, no refractors. More of those 55 Bowman. Of course, Whitley. What is he up to these days? I remember he was a big name pitching prospect. I don't know if he's fizzled out. Pretty sure he's not with the Astros. It was a 2019 Bowman 30th anniversary base rookie. Bowman paper rookies. More Bowman paper. Bregman rookie. Topps finest 2019 base rookie card. So like, my question would be, is this, maybe we're sending into COMC, maybe it's, I don't know, let's answer that question. Who is that? CNL Perez, no idea what that guy's up to, but I'm sure nothing impressive. Man, there's a ton of Astros. I'm about halfway through. Ton of Astros. There's a refractor, silver pack. That's not a silver pack. That's just a Topps Chrome 84 throwback from Topps Chrome. So it's something like that we're sending in. Here's the exact same card. So I'm gonna look these up. Here are more just parallel rando prospects. There's a green Forrest Whitley, 2019 Bowman. Fortis Nova Atomic. I think once upon a time he was a decent name. These are 2020 Bowman, I believe. 2021 maybe. No, I think these are 2020. Bowman Draft First Edition, I believe. So now we're going to see like kind of older stuff that's probably got a bunch of trash in it. Bunch. Kyle Tucker, I remember he was 2019 Topps was one of the crappiest products. Crappiest flagship sort of Series 1 products for Topps in a long time. Although actually I feel like the value of those unopened boxes from 2019 Topps flagship are like curiously high. I looked those up not too long ago. It's like, why are these worth so much? I don't know, everything just kind of unopened seems to go up over time, which is why I love unopened stuff. I didn't ever really buy much of it. I probably had a case of it back in the day and sort of worked through all of it opening. I think I opened a ton of this stuff. That's why I have these base rookies of Tucker. But I don't think I have a single 2019 flagship Series 1 box. Now this is where it's going to get like, well, I guess there's still Kyle Tuckers back in, still Forrest Whitley's. I kind of want to look up Forrest Whitley and see what the hell he's been up to. But yeah, not going to be much unless there's like a Tucker, like first Bowman, which I think would be 2016 maybe. Actually, no, I feel like he had 2015 Bowman stuff, so we might see some of his stuff. Franklin Perez. prospects here. Joe Musgrove that I see, he's I was very loosely watching the Yankees game today, but I feel like I saw somebody comment on a thread online that he was the pitcher for the White Sox today. Is that right? Some Jordans, not bad, but pretty low-level stuff. But, you know, like Jordan's a good name. Here's a Bowen's Best Early Indications Refractor. It's just a base card, but is that something that could be worth $2-3 on COMC, and would it actually sell? So I feel like Kyle Tucker has one of these cards, which is 2015 Bowman. I think these are actually Bowman Draft. Maybe they're not. I think that is just Bowman. No, I think it is Bowman Draft. So there's 2017. Will we see first a 2015 Bowman, first Bowman card of Kyle Tucker? We may not. We're still seeing Kyle Tuckers from 2017 stuff. I feel like I might have pulled out the 2015 Kyle Tuckers. There's a Teoscar Hernandez, Kyle Tucker, Teams of Tomorrow, die cut refractor card. Teoscar Hernandez was once upon a time a pretty solid major league name, if I recall. Not sure who he is playing with or if he's still in the bigs, but gotta be the AL, because I feel like I've seen his name in Yankee games. You know, like on the opposing team. I think we're probably well past the point of finding anything. Oh, there you go. So there's the paper, Kyle Tucker. So maybe I would look that one up. I don't know. I don't really want to look up 150 Kyle Tucker cards, but I might. The first one is interesting. Okay, so there you go. There's the Astros. Pull these cards back. By the way, I'll probably be doing like more videos like this of just like, you know, doing random hobby stuff. Because, I don't know, I find it very interesting to go through this stuff. You know, it's like a treasure hunt. Yeah, I don't know. I like to make videos of stuff I'm just kind of, you know, I happen to be doing. So there's the Chrome base, $225 plus $1.50 shipping. So there's the paper, $1.69 shipped. So you'd pay like 69 cents to ship this thing. You'd make $1. There's the same card, $2.25 shipped. So I don't know how much data I'm gonna be able to see without logging in, which I don't want to do if I don't have to, and I probably won't if I have to. Not Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker. Alright, so can we find this card? I don't know. There's the Chrome, here's the paper. Alright, so I think that's the one. So, you know, here's what you see when you look at, and I'm glad they have the pricing here. So this is your sort of average. Now there's like 5 pages. Actually, there might be even more pages. Indeed, there are. Who knows how many pages? There are. Let's see. There's 8 pages of this card. The highest one is being sold for $6.58. The lowest one is being sold for, I think that was like a little over $1. And yeah, $1.20. So basically, you'd be selling, your card, let's say for $1.25. And you would have paid probably $1 to list it. If you want to list it, I think it's like in 2 weeks or something, you get it listed for $1, and for like 50 cents, you get it listed in like, it's a long time. It's like 16 weeks or something like that. So it's basically like the next season. So that says to me this card would absolutely not be worth sending in. Now again, this is a base card, and this matches what I was imagining the case, which is that you'd have to be a sort of a Cunha level, or a Soto level, or a Ohtani level, or a Judge level to have your base card worth sending into COMC. If you're Kyle Tucker, or your Rafael Devers, or your, gosh, I don't know who else. But those two players I happen to name are extremely talented guys having great seasons, just like Kyle Tucker, and their paper-based first Bowmans, or their maybe flagship rookies, are just not going to be worth enough to merit $1 charge to list at COMC. So those cards you're just going to have to put in a lot, throw it up on eBay, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. I guess the other alternative would be to try to grade these, but I don't know, $15 to grade these. I can't imagine a PSA 10 is worth much more than $15, if that. So again, kind of, they're in the hobby sort of dead zone, where they're just not really worth enough to do anything with by themselves. And maybe if you can put them in a lot with some other things, or bunch up 5 or 10 of them, you could get someone to pay you $5 for the lot or something. So it's like 50 cents a piece to them, and maybe they'll be willing to pay half the shipping cost as a part of that. So let's look up another example here, which is a slightly less common rookie card, and this is a 2019 Topps Chrome Silver, or Topps Chrome Refractor, 84 throwback. Not sure what the official name of this. So I'm gonna hope that comes up when I search here. And this is a card where all of them are, refractors. There are no non-refractors of this card. So yeah, not looking promising. Like here's one that is $2 plus $1 shipping. So this card doesn't really honestly seem to be doing much better than the paper base Bowman draft, first Bowman card. Here's one that's sold for $5 plus $1.75 shipping. That's actually pretty dang good. And all these sales are from the last, week or so. There's a silverback one. I wonder if that silverback one is selling for a significant, like twice as much as just the Topps Chrome 84 throwback. I think that's true, because look at this, $8. Huh. Did I have any of these? I don't remember seeing any of them. But you guys will tell me if you have better memories than me, because those are listing for $8. I gotta believe they're gonna be worth selling. Alright, let's go look up this card. So what are people calling this Topps Chrome? Well, let's just, can I really not, okay. I can go down here and copy paste. I think that's going to be helpful. Yep, okay, cool. So, alright, here we go. So, 64, I think it said, of them. And it's $1.43, so that first Bowman was $1.27, so it's basically in the same camp. Although I do want to now do a 29 silver pack. $4.75, so maybe you could sell it for $4.75. You'd pay $1 for the listing and 5% of that, which is, whatever, 25 cents. So $1.25, we'll call it. Sell it for $4.75. You made $3 with relatively, the key here, right? With COMC is the key is you've made $4 or so with, relatively little effort. You didn't have to scan the card. You didn't have to upload to eBay, search for comps, blah, 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 right? All that stuff. And then you don't have to ship it out. You don't have to package it. You don't have to mail it. You don't have to worry somebody's going to return it. So it looked like on eBay, just kind of eyeballing it, maybe you could sell that for, $6 or $7, and then pay their 15% of that is the fee. So that probably works out to not too much less, maybe the same as the $1.25 you pay here. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a tiny bit more profit to be had on eBay, but you get a lot of advantage from listing on COMC in terms of labor. So I don't know. I'm not going to look this one up because I can tell you where that's going based on what we've already done. I can tell you where that's going based on what we've already done. Let's try this one. First we'll try eBay. Sorry, this is 2018. Best Atomic Kyle Tucker. I would be fairly optimistic this has a little bit of value because these atomics, as I mentioned, are pretty collectible. I'm not even seeing it come up here. See, 2019. What the hell did I not search for? 2018. Yeah, I did. Huh. Comes up as the image on this first one, but this is one of those like, oh, actually, well, okay, this is actually a COMC listing on here. It's got the price range, which usually I think means that it's one of those like select your card kind of listings where you can okay, so I don't know, this one's like listed for $66. I don't know what the hell. Doesn't appear to be an actual sale, so I don't know. I don't know how to read that. So I kind of want to find something that's not that listing. And not the atomic. So boy, I'm just not seeing the atomic here. Well, there's this rookie 2019 with the rookie card logo. Or maybe that is a rookie. I don't know. I don't see the rookie card. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so $30 on that one. So not promising. Not promising. Maybe it's a $10 card, which actually isn't bad, but I have no evidence. No evidence of its actual work. Wow, there's a sweet one. Look at that. The Atomic Auto of Otani. I've got the Atomic Regular of that card, of Otani. Not that card, but alright, let's look up this card on COMC and see what's up. Well, where the hell? Feel like, okay, there it is. Oh, well, there you go. They have some. So there you go. That one. There's only one listed for $7.10. So I don't know if you could sell that. I mean, obviously you'd have to sell it at like $7 if you wanted to beat that one. No, we're not going to be able to see this advanced data. Although I feel like when I looked at this before and I was logged in, it like didn't allow you to see like when the sales occurred. It showed you the dollar amounts of the past whatever number of sales, but it doesn't show you when. I might just be not looking in the right place, but that was my recollection from kind of toying with that around with that like a week or so ago. So you guys tell me if I'm wrong, if you're a COMC expert. But Alright, folks, that's what we got for today. I don't know if you guys enjoy this kind of content, but I do enjoy making these because this is something I'd be doing anyways. And it's kind of, it's fun. I enjoy going through these things, and so it's fun to, share things I actually enjoy doing with you all. So let's see, what am I going to take out of this? I think I'm just going to take out this one. That's it. Everything else not really worth sending. But here's the thing. If I have to look up every card that I would send in, it would take too long, and it would be sort of defeat the value of COMC. So, I need, guidelines. I need better guidelines for, what to send in and what not to send in. Obviously, some stuff you have to look up just because, you just maybe you have no idea if a guy's still alive or not, so you got to figure that out. But I don't know if I could rest assured that, any numbered Trout, or let's say any numbered, Panini Trout, so it's not a, Topps license card. If that's a category I can safely send in and expect to do well with, okay, that's helpful. And then I would just probably do the same for Acuna and Soto and other, Judge, big names like that. But then people might say, well, for those cards, you might do better on eBay sufficiently so that you should put in the effort to list them there. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know much at all, and I'd love to figure it out. So that's what we got for today, folks. I'm sure I'll be doing more of these videos, going through kind of the rest of the teams. If I get some quality intelligence on the COMC stuff, so I sort of know what the hell to send in. Alright, folks, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all later. You have a great one. Bye now.